In today's express workout, we're going to target on glutes and abdominals. You're going to need a few things. If you don't have them, you can make do without them. It's just really pleasant, especially to have the soft foam arc. We can do some stretches and hip works that really feels good. So we're going to use the thigh cuffs. If you don't have thigh cuffs and you have double loops and your quads fit in the double loops, in the smaller loops, you can use that. If not, secure your thighs in the larger loop, but just use some kind of grippy so it doesn't slide all over the place. So I've got my swivel pulleys are down. And I'm going to start with it's a 5-inch spine arc. You can use an ab mat. I do that sometimes. I'm just going to start here so it's not as aggressive. And then we'll end up throwing the Mini Max soft form arc on. So I'm going to unload the springs. And just for pre-setup, I have the straps looped once around just to shorten them and swivel pulleys down. If you do not have the swivel pulleys that are adjustable, just do your best and make do. So because we want to target the abs and the hips, we're going to give a little warm up to start with. So let's make sure it's even and put the bed all the way back against the carriage. We're going to want to put your hips right about here. I don't want to be all the way up, but I want the thickest end away so I can get a nice stretch. So I'm going to put one knee on, get on side lying. I'm going to slide this just right at the edge and then lower myself down. If you don't have the foam arc, you can get them on my website. And if you have the ab mat, before I had these made, I would just put a couple things under the ab mat to lift it up and make it thicker. So I've got my right knee on, my left leg is off, and I'm just going to lower down, support my head, and just do some arm stretches, really stretching my waist. Just keeping it nice and simple. The wonderful thing about the arc is there's so much you can do with it. Extend, stretching over it from the side. You can use it for extension under the tummy. It's quite wonderful for support. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the arm out. I've got my toe kind of bird perched over for support, and then I'm going to lower my right arm, and then both arms allowing me to stretch a little deeper. And then I'm back up. And let's do one more time. Always support your head if it feels uncomfortable instead of letting go. And then over, stretch. Now I'm going to hold that stretch. If I need to let my head drop all the way down, I can. Now my right foot is supporting on the frame because I'm going to take my left off and I'm going to rotate my torso down just enough to where I feel stable, and I'm going to start little hip raises up and down. You can hold on to the riser if you want to. If you feel support, you don't have to. You can get a deeper stretch. Let's do a few more, and then we'll switch sides. Getting a really great stretch. All right, so to come out of it, put the foot back on the frame, slide yourself onto your tummy, and then make your way around to the other side. Knee is on the carriage, waist is center on that arc, and just kind of get yourself to a position that feels good. And I've got my head holding my hand, and I'm going to take my arm over, and I'm going to stretch. Just get that nice arm stretch. Option to take everything off and stretch deeper, or option to keep the hand on, supporting the neck. If you want to support the neck and take it off, just kind of move the elbow off the carriage. You get a really deep stretch here. Make sure the right leg now is bird perched over. And we'll do 2 more of those. That's exactly what I needed to start my workout today. And 1 more. Now we're going to hold this stretch. Remember, grab the risers if you need to. Make sure your left foot is over the frame, secure. Take your right leg off. And then stretch down, and let's lift up. Just do 10, 12 of those. I think we're going to go back and do a few more on the other side. This feels so good. I always feel like that hip is lengthening away as you lower. All right, let's slowly slide back on the tummy and switch. I want to do a few more on the other side. Get yourself all situated, stretched over, and let's raise and lower. Get that nice deep traction. Now, based on, let's say trunk and hip ratio and space, let's slowly slide down onto the knees and then up. Some people like to put the arc like this. When you have a smaller waist, narrower, some people will like this. So you need to find out what works best for you, whether you like the long portion at your lower back or the short, and maybe you want to try it different. So be sure to try those. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure we hold on, and you can always put an extra grippy under these spine arcs if you have them. And I'm just going to go ahead and get my lower back on that. And I'm going to bend my knees and noticing my hips are down. I'm going to bridge them up a little bit, but I want to start where my hips are down. Abs are obviously in. And I'm going to reach back, hands behind the head, and do a little stretch. And then use my abs to lift me up. Let's just do 5 of those. Getting a little higher on the abs. If you need to grip under your feet because they're sliding, either wear some grip socks or add some grip pads under. Let's do one more, and then we're going to really stretch over. Let's take the legs out. Be sure you're stable and stretch. I'm going to do arms out now. I'll do them narrow. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to slide a little bit lower. And this is going to be similar to if you've done it on the ladder barrel. Just some bridging. We're going to start here. Just roll the hips up and stretch and roll back down. I want to get a traction both on the way up and on the way down. Roll hips forward and stretch and roll back down. If you want to get some more extension, you can do it there. Similar to drawing a blank. Boy, old timer's disease right there for a second. Semicircle. You get that nice deep traction. I absolutely love it. And let's just hold that. And I love it because I can get deeper than where the springs are and then add some extension and back up. 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Elbows on the box. Slowly walk your feet down. Have a seat. Let's extend your legs out. Get your gluteal fold at the edge and just do a nice little stretch. So if you do not have that foam arc, you can always try with a little bit of propping, putting something there, a pillow, and just play around. If you can, go to the website, get them. If you want to buy more than one for your studio, just shoot me an email and I'll give you a code for a discount to buy 5 or more. So let's go ahead and let's take this guy off and let's get a little deeper. We're going to start working the hips a little bit more. And hopefully you have this. If not, you can do it with the hip on the box. So here's the option, just pad the box edge. Here's the option, just pad the box edge. You don't need the arc, but it really helps a lot. I love this. All right, so if you have the arc, let's get on. Get a nice stretch, prop my head, get that nice traction just like the ladder barrel, and let's just lift and lower, holding on so the carriage doesn't fly away. And let's do 10 of these. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold the leg up high. Slowly bring the lower leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And roll onto your tummy and switch. Before I had the Hooked on Pilates arc, I would always do it on the box. Just make sure you put something soft on the edge of that box. So get yourself situated, length through the spine, reach that top leg forward to get it stretched, and let's start up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold the leg up, raise and lower the left for 10, 9, oops, I'm a little too high, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's always a big difference on the side. Let's go ahead and slide. Let's bring the carriage back away. Toes on the frame, knees on the carriage, hands push us up so we're a little bit farther over. And I want to get just to that sweet spot. You can do hands on risers or hands there. Let's just go ahead and start with a nice lowering of the legs to get a stretch. Activate your lats and pecs and abs as you raise and lower for 10, 9. If you're using the box, you might need a thicker pad. I've taken the chair pads from the Pilates chair, folded in half if you don't have the arc and you're doing it on the box edge. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, open and close. Yep, hips wide and back together. Legs nice and wide for 10, out, 9, out, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Together and flutter. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Feel it in the hips. 3, 2, 1. And all the way down. Let's get a nice little stretch. So push the bed back, hands on the carriage, step back, stretch. And then chest up, stretch those calves, keeping the hips dropped, heels drop, and flex back in the hips. Drop down, and 1 more. Bring your hands forward over, or chest forward over your hands. Keep your hips lengthened, extended, heels down, and then stretch. Walk yourself up. Let's turn around. We're going to put our forearms on the foot bar. And we're just going to start with a nice little hip press up for 10. Keep the knee bent. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Try to do full range of motion without disturbing pelvic alignment. 2, and 1. Switch sides. Knees bent. And press it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, let's go ahead and let's step out. Take your arc off. If you have that, throw it around and then pick it back up. Let's close the carriage. Let's put a blue spring on. Let's place the box. I want to say if I'm sitting on it and I grab that, I want to have the same angle and I want to be right aligned with that shoulder a swivel pulley. We're going to put our left leg in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my right knee on the ground. And so I'm kind of facing away from the reformer, but my thigh is being challenged by the swivel pulley. So I'm not too close, not too far away. And you can just see I'm doing some hip abduction. It's like a clam. So we're going to start medium and just do some high reps here. Starting to feel it work. So your position of your foot is entirely up to you. We're going to put it on the arc here in a second, just to lift it up a little bit more. You can add some more abdominals, you know, add some rotation if you want. Today we're just going to keep it right here, warm it up. All right, grab your arc, put the foot on, holding onto the box wherever that's comfortable for you, and then in and out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, feels really, really good. 3, 2, one more. All right, so let's go ahead and switch sides and then we'll come back around. Let's bring the arc with us, starting with the foot on the floor. And in and out. Let's do maybe 20 to start with, holding on to the box wherever it's comfortable for you. Now we're doing a blue. If you like a blue, just keep it there. If not, you can go up to a red for round 2. We're going to do two rounds. That ought to do it. Keep your spine nice and long. Let's do another 10, 9, feeling it right here in that side hip. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Let's put that foot on the arc. If you don't have an arc and you want to get it a little higher, just find something to put it on that lifts it up. Get yourself situated, and let's press in and out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so I'm going to switch it to a red and a yellow. Stay on that blue if that worked for you. Red and a yellow. And we're going to do, let's do a set of 20 and see how it is with the foot on the arc. Going back to the left leg, or whatever leg you started on. Get yourself set up. There we go. And really abduct the kneeling hip. That's going to help kind of support you, hands on, and get yourself set up and out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, that's a good one, 4, 3, feeling it already, 2, 1. Let's hold it out. Really make sure you're supported with your arms and pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's switch sides. Bring your arc back around. Switch legs. Get yourself set up. All right, and let's do it. 10, 9, 8, 7. Try to get your arms supporting. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it out and pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, post that strap. Let's go ahead and set the box and the arc away. Now for this one, I prefer the thigh cuffs. So if you've got them, great. Let's go ahead and attach them slightly above the knee. Make sure they're pretty tight. We don't want them sliding down. If they slide down, it's not that hard to pick them back up. And we're going to go down to a blue for medium, plus a yellow just to get started. So I'm going to start with the blue. Go ahead and try this with a yellow. Let's go ahead and take the strap. Start with your right leg clipped on. So you have an option of doing no hands or hands. I'm going to put my knuckles and my thumb on the frame for support, and we're just going to start with little hip presses back. Just starting nice and easy. Let's do 7, 6. Really sit back on that hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it back, and let's pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch legs. Get yourself set and presses back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You can also upend a box for extra support. 5, 4, 3, or focus on balance. 2. Last one, hold it back and pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Let's clip back onto the right. There they go. Bring it back up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pivot. This one, based on my height, I'm going to bring this up halfway, just so it's not sliding down, so it's almost horizontal. So I'm going to basically turn and pivot, turn and pivot. So starting with my knee facing out, I'm going to pivot and turn. So it's internal and abduction of the adduction of the hip. So let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch. Turn around, unclip, clip on the other side. High heel, get yourself set. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch again. Clip it on. So we're going to step to where the carriage is maybe open a few inches. We don't want to bang the carriage. I'm going to take my body weight onto my right, And I'm basically just going to step in and back and in. So even though the leg is on the ground and it's stepping, it's still adductors, it's inner thighs. So let's do another 5, in, legs come together, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, adjust resistance according. Make sure it's open just a little bit. I'm going to step this out, body weight on the right, and step it in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm going to have to raise it up a tiny bit more. Feel like it's dropping down. 4, there we go. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and keep it in the same leg. And what we're going to do is sit back on the hips, and we're just going to do a step back. Make sure that the left leg is aligned with the swivel pulley, and we're going to step it back and forth for 10, 9, 8, 7. You can do arms if that feels right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Step out a bit. So the right leg is now aligned with the swivel pulley. And let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Let's go back, do that one more time. You could always add dumbbells to this if you want. So step back, sit back in that hip, foot starts forward and back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step out, switch one more time. Really getting a good booty workout. Sit back in the hips. 10, 9. I'm going to step back just a tiny bit more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go and unclip. Drop that riser down and slide these guys off. And let's go ahead and take it down to 1 yellow spring. Have a seat on the carriage. We're going to do a rowing front abdominal series. So let's sit down, roll down, just to make sure we're in the right position with the shoulder rest. Go ahead and hands on the frame. Feet together or turned out, it's up to you. Make sure you're holding onto the frame. Slowly lift your head, neck, and shoulders and press back. And make sure your sit bones are not going to fall off. Stack your spine. Slowly roll down. Exhale, lift. And stretch. Stack your spine and roll. 2, 3 more. Getting deeper into the stretch. Stack your spine and roll. And last 2. Do your best to really articulate on the way down. 1 vertebra at a time. So we're holding on really helps to assist. And last 1. Go ahead and slide your hips back on a little bit more. Reach forward, grab the shoulder rest. Give a nice little spine stretch. Abs are in. Slowly roll halfway back and up. for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Really get that stretch. Roll those hips forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet up, bird perch. Stretch forward. Get a nice stretch. Stack your spine, arms up, and let's do the same thing for 10, 9. Only go where you have that ability to bird perch and hold on. If you need an assist, take 1 foot under and switch. Getting a little farther, having that help, get that traction and reach those sitting bones forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on up. It looks like we've got like a minute left, so let's just do a nice little control front prep series. We're on a really light spring, so be very mindful. I like to do hands down. Press out always with 1, and because I'm on a yellow, I'm going to move my hand center just to stretch that yellow out. I'm going to really organize lats and pecs, and I'm going to press in and out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop down. Let's do a nice little stretch, pigeon sit, and then hold it for 30 seconds each side, and then we'll be done. So hopefully you enjoyed the different propping and the arcs and stuff. I can go on with that forever. There's a really great setup with the short box and the hooked on Pilates foam arc, or even with my ab mat setup, or the 5-inch spine arc. Let's go and switch hips. There's some really great roll-ups you can do on that setup with the extension and hands and straps. And I'll be sure to show you that setup soon. It's really fun. Go to hookedonpilates.com, check their stuff out. And just so you know, I love their products. This is not paid endorsement of theirs. Somebody had asked me that if I'm being paid. No, I absolutely love their products. 100% unpaid. One day maybe I will, but right now I'm just sharing with you because I love them. And for those who are subscribed to the website, really want you to get a set of them so you can enjoy all the different exercises I do with them. All right, thanks for joining me today. Be sure to leave me a comment if you want it for everybody to see. Put it in the comment section below the video. If you want to comment or ask questions or private, just send me an email. Thanks for joining me.